How safe and secure is cloud accounting? In recent years, we've seen continual growth in the range of cloud systems available and the functionalities that they offer, alongside a worldwide shift towards increased remote working practices, which has been somewhat expedited by COVID-19. This has meant more and more companies are moving towards using and implementing cloud-based applications to assist with a wide-ranging set of tasks and functions, as well as to enable them to adapt to remote working. This increased reliance on cloud-based products has raised questions within many businesses around keeping data secure and ensuring business continuity can be maintained in various scenarios. Even going back to the dot-com bubble in the late 90s, there has always been a little trepidation around the internet, cloud apps, and placing large elements of your business in the cloud, rather than on a server that you can see and lock away in a padlocked cupboard. It is true that, historically, working with a server-based approach provided slightly more guarantees around the security of your systems. With this approach, a person needs to connect to a local server to access your data. Therefore, a potential criminal would need to obtain an authenticated laptop, enter the specific local password and username, and connect to your domain to access your folders. If you were in the cloud, then theoretically a person could access your data from any laptop if they had the correct web address and could guess the correct username and password. Certain providers do, of course, have mechanisms in place to detect where logins occur and raise warnings or block access if your account is accessed from an unknown location, but this does not necessarily exist across all systems. In truth, the answer to how safe and secure is cloud accounting, or indeed any cloud system, depends on how you set up your systems and/or the provider you select. Below, we discuss some measures that we use to ensure our clients are safe and secure when operating in the cloud. 1. Passwords and authentication. The first and most basic solution is a secure password. Most people will have seen the Barclays adverts that's on the TV at the moment, where they suggest using a combination of 3 unrelated words. Some cloud systems have built-in requirements to use capitals, letters, numbers, and/or special characters when setting your password, all of which will be effective in increasing security. However, we go a step further when asking our clients to access our systems, as we always require a complex setup of characters. It's important to achieve a balance between making things easy to use and access and keeping things secure. As such, we operate with a secure single sign-on platform, so users are only required to remember one username and complex password to access all their cloud-based systems, instead of multiple, simpler passwords for each application. This single password must always be strong. As a second layer of security, we also implement dual authentication as standard, which means that users will need to enter a code to access our systems. They will either receive this code via text message, or they'll need to generate one using an authentication app, such as Google or Microsoft Authenticator, where the code changes every 30 seconds. Therefore, unless a hacker can guess your username and strong password, steal your phone and guess the PIN to access your phone, they will not be able to access your data. We can also set up schedules to change passwords at certain dates/intervals. Additionally, if you forget or need to change your password, you can't do this without entering a master key. Some hackers may try to access your emails and then use a reset password wizard to access your systems. We nullify this, as when you attempt to reset your password without using a complex master key, all the connections to your systems are automatically broken. This means that even if they did manage to get into the system, nothing would work, and only we would be able to reset the account once we confirmed the user's identity. All of this means you can be confident that you can safely and securely access all your systems. 2. Removing users and access. Making sure your cloud apps are secure is not only about adding users, but also removing them promptly when someone leaves. It's not uncommon when people leave an organization that they wish to take certain lists of data or clients with them, so making sure people are removed as quickly as possible is crucial. As you can imagine, in large organizations where users come and go quite regularly, this can be a thorny issue. If users aren't removed, they could potentially be continuing to access your data if the administrator in your service provider does not remove their access. Since staff access their applications using a secure single sign-on, we're able to maintain the systems they access on their behalf. Where possible, a master administrator should set credentials on behalf of a user. This means that staff members might not necessarily know the credentials for any of the systems in your business, so when they're blocked from the single sign-on platform, they are automatically blocked from accessing all other systems. If setting a password is maintained via the person's email, i.e. the staff member must set it, you will get a list of the systems/widgets they can access via their profile, which means you can simply remove the accounts from the systems in the list and nothing gets missed. You can also control what systems users can and can't see, so your staff won't be able to access any information or functionalities which are not relevant to them or are sensitive in nature. If a client would like to be more hands-on in managing their user base, we even link the user to a company's Active Directory of staff. This means that once they're removed from there, they are also removed from all our systems and apps automatically. 3. Group logins. In some situations, and often to save on cost, some businesses will share a login to a system across multiple staff members. This can make it easy and cost-effective, but is also less secure and compromises on audit trails and controls. Often, when an individual leaves, the credentials are not amended. As we provide a single sign-on to each individual, the administrator could be the only person in the business who knows the actual system credentials and adds them to each user's login widget. This does place a lot of emphasis on the administrator, but as a business owner, as long as you set effective controls on this individual, such as a secure location in which they can store shared logins, this means you will have a safe list of items to change and update across the company, should your administrator leave. This means you can stay secure whilst also remaining cost effective, even though your provider would rather you weren't. At 4.0, we have various techniques and tools to assist businesses and accountants to access their cloud system securely, so they're all protected. As businesses resell or purchase more and more apps, it's becoming an increasingly risky area, and thus it's very important to ensure you have correct controls in place to keep your clients and data secure. If you would like to know more, please get in contact with us at www.4.0.co.uk. Thank you.